Afternoon. I am First Warning Meteorologist Derek Burris. This is it, our afternoon pick-me-up. We're trying to see if this is a thing, trying to see if this works. Does this work for you? Do you like it? I don't know. Maybe it's just something silly, but would love to see what you think. We do coffee talk 7 days a week, trying to get your day started off right, and I'd like to get you, some updates on the weather picture through the afternoon. That said, let's just take a look and see what's doing through the evening. Obviously, it's raining in my house as I come on the air here with you. That's going to be something we will continue to kind of on again and off again see. Here's our evening planner showing temperatures dropping into the lower 70s and then eventually into the upper range of the 60s. Showers here or there, again, like we've seen all day and all morning. The whole kind of kit and caboodle. Nothing strong, nothing severe. That's the good news. Here's a look at the wider angle. And you can see those showers coming in off of the Atlantic waters. That's going to persist. We take a wider perspective. Big storm system starting to fire up showers and thunder showers. There's a tornado watch issued for much of our nation's midsection because, as we had talked about yesterday, there are going to be nasty storms developing. We talked a lot about that again this morning. And it's an interesting scenario because the area that these storms are going to be firing up just saw a whole bunch of snow. Just take a look. This is the map of snow cover on the ground, and places like Wisconsin and Minnesota have snow on the ground. And here today, we're talking about the risk of severe weather. Take a look. It's a level 4 risk of severe weather, meaning widespread strong to severe storms in that area. Through the day today, severe weather could even get up into tornadoes. Let me do this. Give me 2 seconds. When you go off playbook a little bit, there you go. That's kind of the corridor there from Omaha through Des Moines, Ames, Iowa, up to about the Twin Cities. And that scattered risk for severe weather goes almost up to Milwaukee. The isolated risk gets into Milwaukee and Green Bay. But the worst of the weather, we think, is going to be just off to the south and the west. When we break it down in terms of threats, the threat for tornadoes in that area is an 8-9 out of 10 on our tornado outlook scale. And when you talk about straight line winds, you're actually at a 10, meaning that as this storm system moves through that area, we think that there is a likelihood of getting, at the very least, strong winds. Here's a look. Getting into Omaha by about 5 p.m. Eastern time, you can see it's going to be a thin line of storms, but it's going to be a line of storms nonetheless. Then afterward, it gets into Des Moines. You can see it lifting into Mason City, up toward Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then kind of, we think, weakening at that point. And what's interesting is places like Minneapolis, you can see on the backside, could even be talking about some snow. This is not a threat to us in Central Florida. It is a threat, though, to our friends and family up to the north. We always say we want you to have multiple ways to be warned, which is why jam-packed in the WESH 2 app is not only the interactive radar, but also the ability to be alerted, not just for storms approaching, but also for warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watches, things like that. Tell your friends and family up there to tune into their local media outlets in Des Moines, Iowa. KCCI is a great resource. But for us, have that WESH 2 app, but also have a NOAA weather radio. We talked a lot about that this morning on WESH 2 News Sunrise because it is such an important thing, right? For us here locally, the good news is we've been watching these showers. We're watching kind of a warming setup, a bit of a drier setup these next couple of days. And then this weekend, kind of an interesting little thing happens. We watch this area of high pressure start to move out. Cool front moves our direction. Cooler air stays to the north, but what ends up happening is we start to invigorate more and more moisture. So that moisture is going to lead to a pretty disturbed weather pattern looking ahead to this weekend and then early next week. Notice high temperatures this weekend start off in the mid-80s, but Monday into Tuesday, high temperatures get into the 70s and even lower 70s. Yeah. And then there's the whole showers and thunder showers thing. That part, not so great, okay? Yeah, Monday and Tuesday looking particularly stormy, but if you're saying to yourself, I'm dreaming of a cooler Christmas, at least beginning of Christmas week, temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s for highs. All right, That's the afternoon pick-me-up, my friends. What do you think? Do you like it? Reading through the comments, seems like everybody's a fan. I don't know. I had the holiday party today at the office. I was recognized as having 15 years with the company. It's crazy to think about. I'm technically almost at 16 years, but they do it, a year later. So anyway, it's crazy to think about, though. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I am done for work until the weekend, but we're still rocking and rolling with Coffee Talk in the morning. 8 a.m. we will discuss any of the stronger storms that do develop in the nation's midsection. We're also going to be discussing a bit of a drier stretch of weather in our neighborhood and in term warming temperatures. So a lot to chat about. I will see you in the morning. Oh, and one more thing before I go. How could I forget? You are not being a good marketer, Burris. Hold on. Let me find the graphic. There it is. Before I let you go, the Coffee Talk drive-thru. On Fridays, we get together just as we do every other day at 8 a.m., but Fridays, we try to meet each other. So would you join us? Would you swing by the Coffee Talk drive-thru? Head over to wesh.com/coffee talk. You could swing on through and we can chat about you, learn a little bit about you. You could ask about me. We're just going to get to know each other. All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for the afternoon pick-me-up. See you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.